Hello everyone, today I will be explaining AgilePoint integration with Windows Azure Active Directory. Windows Azure Active Directory is a cloud service that provides administrators with the ability to manage end-user identities and access privileges. Let's see an example. Alex has started a computer training institute. He wants to maintain his student details in the cloud. He has chosen Windows Azure Active Directory to store student information. Alex already has stored few student information in WAD. More students will be joined to Alex Computer Institute in daily basis. Every day Alex has to log into WAD and he has to show the information. It is a bit time taken to Alex. Today I will be creating a NX process model to make Alex work easier by using Windows Azure Active Directory AgilePads. To integrate with Windows Azure Active Directory, we need to create access token. To create access token, navigate to Manage Center, App Builder, Global Access Token. Click on plus button to add access token. Select Windows Azure Active Directory. Copy the redirect URL. Log into Windows Azure Active Directory. Log into Windows Azure Active Directory. Click on App Registration. New Application Registration. Provide application name, application type and sign on URL. Click on Settings. Replay URLs. Paste redirect URL here. Generate keys. Store the key for future use. Copy application ID. Navigate to Manage. Provide token name, client ID. Client ID is your application ID. Client secret ID is your key. Redirect URL and resource URI should be graph.windows.net. Click on Get Access Token. Click on Done. Before working with Windows Azure Active Directory Agile activities, I'll show you how to get users and groups information. Log into Windows Azure Active Directory. Click on Windows Azure Active Directory. Go to Users and Groups. Open Users. Open any one of the user profile. Go to Profile and see the user information. This is the username. This is the user ID. Let's see an example of group. Open groups list. Open any one of the group. Group display name is Java and group ID is object ID, and this Java group has 0 members. This is how we will take users and groups information from the WAD. Under Windows Azure Active Directory, we have 11 activities and I will be explaining each and every activity with a single process model. I have a process model with 11 activities and I have an eForm with the required controls. It starts from Create User Activity. Create user activity is to create a user. To create a user, we need to provide username, display name, mail nickname, and user password. I'll be using form controls to fill all this information. Account enabled checkbox is to enable the user. Generate random password is to generate the random password. If you want to change the password in the next login, we can check this checkbox. Right now I am not going to change the password in the next login. I am not going to check this checkbox. Finish. Next activity is create group. Create group agile activity is to create Windows Azure Active Directory group. To create Windows Azure Active Directory group, we need to provide display name, description, and mail nickname. We can store group ID as a response in the form fields. Next activity is add users to group. Add users to group agile activity will be used to add the users to the group. We can add users by using user ID, or we can add users by using usernames. We can add more than one user by giving username separated by semicolon. And I'll be adding users to the Java group. I have Java group in my Windows Azure Active Directory domain and it has 0 members. Now I'll be adding few more users to this group. Next activity is update user. Update user agile activity will be used to update the user information. We can update user information by providing ID or by providing username. Now I will be updating user information by providing username. By request mapping, I will be providing user information to update. I am updating user department and user city information. Retrieve user profile. Retrieve user profile agile activity will be used to retrieve the user information. We can retrieve the user information by providing user ID or by providing username. I will be retrieving the user information by providing username. I will be using form fields to provide username detail. From the response tab, I will be collecting user information. I am retrieving user department, display name, mail and user principal name information. User information tab is to add the users to the NX. I want to add same user to my AgilePoint NX users list. Check the checkbox to add users to the NX. Provide username, full name, manager, department and language, email address details. Next activity is the update group. Update group agile activity will be used to update the group information. I will be updating Java group information, that is display name and description. Get groups agile activity will be used to retrieve the Windows Azure Active Directory domain groups information. From the response mapping, I will be collecting groups information. I am retrieving group display name and group ID. The next activity is delete group members. Delete group members agile activity will be used to delete the group members. We can delete users from the group by providing user ID or username, and we can delete more than one user from the group by providing username separated by semicolon. I will be going to delete users from the Java group. The next agile activity is delete group. Delete group agile activity will be used to delete the Windows Azure Active Directory domain group. I will be going to delete Java group from the Windows Azure Active Directory. Delete users. Delete users agile activity will be used to delete the Windows Azure Active Directory domain users. We can delete users by providing user ID, or we can delete users by providing username. We can delete more than one user by providing usernames separated by semicolon. I will be using form fields to provide usernames information. The next activity is reset user password. Reset user password agile activity will be used to reset the user password. We can reset user password by providing user ID or by providing username. To reset user password, we need to provide username and new password details. If we want to change password for the next login, we need to check in this checkbox. I am not going to change the password in next login. I am not going to check this checkbox. Let's publish and initiate the process to see the functionality. I want to add new student Arnav to the Windows Azure Active Directory. And I want to create new group, that is Feb 2018 HTML batch. I am providing the group display name, group description and group mail nickname. And I am storing group ID in this response group ID control. While joining, Arnav has not provided a city details. I want to update Arnav's department and city details. I am retrieving Arnav complete information and also I am adding Arnav to the AgilePoint NX users. I want to add few more students to the Java group. I am going to add Charis and Kavya to the Java group. In the get group subform, I am retrieving Windows Azure Active Directory domain, group display names and group IDs. I want to update Java group display name to Feb 2018 Java batch and also I want to update description. Once the Charis and Arnav has completed their courses, I need to remove those users from the Java group. Once the Charis and Arnav completed their courses in Alex Computer Institute, I need to delete those users from the Windows Azure Active Directory domain. And I want to reset Kavya password to pass@word1. Submit the form. Create user and create group agile activities is completed. Let's see the result. Navigate to Windows Azure Active Directory. Click on all users. Here you can notice that Arnav has been added and his username is this. Let's see the create group result. Click on all groups. Here you can notice that Feb 2018 HTML batch new group has been added. It has 0 group members. The next activity is add user to group. We are adding Charis and Kavya to the Java group. Let's see the result. Here you can see that Java group has 3 group members. One is Arnav, Charis and Kavya. Next activity is update user. We are updating Arnav details, that is department and city. Here you can notice that Arnav department has been changed to Java and city has been changed to Bangalore. The next activity is retrieve user profile. We are retrieving Arnav user information. At the same time, we are adding Arnav to the AgilePoint NX. Here you can notice that Arnav username is Arnav at AgilePoint005.onmicrosoft.com and his display name is Arnav, department is Java and language is US. Let's see that Arnav has been added or not in the AgilePoint NX. Go to users. Here you can see the result. Arnav has been added to the AgilePoint NX user list with the username Arnav at AgilePoint005.onmicrosoft.com. The next activity is update group. We are updating Java group display name. Here you can notice that Java group has changed to Feb 2018 Java batch. Next activity is get groups. We have 24 groups in domain, and our get groups subform will be holding all 24 groups information. Let's see the result. Here you can notice that get groups subform will be holding 24 groups information. Feb 2018 Java batch, alpha testing, and so on. Next activity is delete group members. After 3 months, Arnav and Charis has completed their Java training. We need to remove those users from the Java batch. Let's see the result. Here you can notice that Feb 2018 Java batch has only one user, that is Kavya. Charis and Arnav has been deleted from the Java group. Once the Java training is completed, we need to remove that group from the Windows Azure Active Directory domain. Delete group. Let's see the result. Here you can notice that we don't have Java group in the group list. The next activity is delete user. Once the Charis and Arnav completed their course, we need to remove those users from the Windows Azure Active Directory domain. Let's see the result. Here you can notice that we don't have Charis and Arnav in the list. Next activity is reset user password. We are resetting Kavya password to pass@word1. Let me log out from this account. Now I'll log in with pass@word1. I'm able to log into Windows Azure Active Directory with a new password. This is how our Windows Azure Active Directory Agile activities will work. Thank you.